I'm gonna tell you guys a Karen story I had a couple days ago. I was like getting my blood work done because it's the summer and I have nothing better to do and I have to get my blood work done. And like I woke up at like 6 a.m. in the morning to get my blood work done. So it was already pretty early because it's the summer. And I've been definitely waking up at like noon because it's the summer again. And I have a horrible sleep schedule. Actually, I will take the blue bed. I like the blue bed. And then I woke up at 6 a.m. and I got dressed and I got ready to go to the hospital and get my blood drawn. And I didn't have an appointment because I called and they're like, just walk in, it'll be fine. Like, you don't need an appointment. No one ever needs an appointment. You can just come in. And I'm like, okay. But they're like, don't come on Monday because Monday is the busiest day. And I was like, well, okay, then I'll just go on Tuesday. I guess it's like the second busiest day. So I go there at 6 in the morning. I get dressed and I get there by like 6:30. And then by 6:30, there's like a lineup of people out the door. There is a line of like 20 people out the door of the hospital. There's nothing here. Oh, there's a chest. Oh, it's just, I don't really need any more bread. There's a lineup out the door, and like we all have our masks on, we're all socially distanced, and they're letting us in one by one. So then I go up to like the 3rd floor of this hospital, okay? And there's another lineup full of people getting like their lab tests done. I don't know what kind of lab testing yet, but they needed some sort of lab. Where's the big tall building? I was in it. Okay. Yeah, they're getting like their stuff done. And I was like, okay, well, I'll wait. It's like no big deal. So like I get through the line like fairly quickly and I'm like second to like go in to like check in with the nurse, and the nurse will be like, oh yeah, just give me your healthcare card and blah 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 blah. And like this lady, no, first there's 2 iron golems. There's this man first comes up and he's just like no jacket, like shorts, and it's like 10 degrees outside, so it's pretty cold in the summer. And this like dude comes in, it's like in shorts, in a t-shirt, like sandals, like no coat, just like strolling in. And he like, the lady in front of me was like very pregnant, and like she was like, you could tell she was like very mad to be like woken up at like 6 in the morning. But the guy goes like, oh, is this the line for like the blood test? And she's like, yeah, it is. And he's like, appointment or walk-in? And she's like, well, I have an appointment, but everyone's waiting, so just get to the back of the line. And this old lady, I don't know what like language she was speaking, but like she spoke a little bit of English. She's like sitting outside waiting to be called in for her appointment. This old lady's like, no, you can go in, it's okay. You can go in. And this pregnant lady is like, no, he can't. We're all been waiting for like 20 minutes. He can't go in. Oh, there's lava pools inside the temple. What the heck is this? Yeah, she's like talking about it. She's like, the old lady's like, no, you can go in, Sonny, you can go in. The pregnant lady's like, no, you can't go in. You gotta like get to the back of the line. You gotta wait. And this guy like looks at the old lady, like dead and stares. He's like, And then he looks at the pregnant lady, and he's like, And then he just like ignores the pregnant lady and walks straight in to the clinic. And the pregnant lady like rushes in after him, and she's just like screaming. I can like see it from the window, like into the clinic. She's like yelling at him like from the nurse's office. She's like, this guy didn't wait in line. There's a bunch of people outside waiting, and he like budged the line. And he's like, no, it's okay. They said that was only for appointments, and I don't have an appointment. And this lady, and then there's just like, yeah, but you still have to wait. Like, it's just common courtesy. And he's like, yeah, but I'm a walk-in. And they were like, yeah, but you still have to wait, sir. And he was just like, no, it's okay, because the old lady outside said it was okay. And the nurses were like, what old lady? She doesn't work here. And he's like, no, I just want to check in. And this pregnant lady is like screaming at him. She's like, you can tell by now, she's very upset. She's like carrying a child for probably like 8 months. And you don't piss off a pregnant lady, first of all. That's like a horrible thing to do. Do not piss off a pregnant lady. Well, anyways, oh, I shouldn't place the lava there. Anyways, this dude is like, he's like, oh, okay, well, And then he's just like, I don't know what he does. If he's too prideful or something, I don't know what happens. But he's just like, basically like, sorry, miss, I'm sorry I budged in front of you. Like, I didn't realize, like, it was such a big deal. I'm so sorry. And she's like, well, how can you be so dumb? There's literally a line of like 20 people. How did you not know there was like a line? And he's like, I didn't realize there was a line. So like the nurses like basically shun him out, and you can see him like walk out and go back to the end of the line. He's just waiting there, and everyone's just giving dirty looks to him while he goes to the back of the line. That was the first story. And then like I'm still waiting because of that whole ordeal. So then like another like 30 minutes. At this point, it was like 7:30. I've been waiting an hour to get checked in by the nurses. Anyways, this like it continues. I'm still waiting. I finally get checked in. I show them my like ID and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, just wait outside. We'll call you when it's your time." Then this other lady, she's like, "Ooh, Pog, look at this. Diamond horse armor, name tag, saddle, and Frostwalker. Ooh, I have to leave some stuff. Well, I don't need you. We can make that. Let's take this and that. Anyways, yeah, this lady comes in, like, this was, like, the typical Karen. This is, like, the Karen you hear on, like, Reddit and stuff like that. This is the Karen you hear that, like, she had the haircut, she had the glasses, she had the little bag on her purse, and she had the clickety-clackety of her heels, okay? And she's, like, walking down, and you can, like, I'm waiting outside it, because there was no seats inside for social distancing. And you can, like, see her come in. I'm, like, sitting on my phone, like, scrolling through, like, Twitter or something. And she comes in, and she, like, pulls down her glasses, like, from her eyes, and she, like, talks to, like, one of these people in line, like, also waiting. And she's like, "Excuse me, son?" And this guy, looks like he's about, like, 50 years old. And she's like, "Excuse me? Is this the line for the blood tests?" And he's like, at this point, like, everyone was pretty fed up. We've all been waiting for, like, ooh, this is also very Pog. I know where the temple is now, so we'll just come back to grab this stuff. Oh, very Pog. Enchanted apple Pog. Ooh, looting 3. Yeah, at this point, we're all very fed up. I've been waiting here for, like, over an hour and a half. And she's just like, "Is this the lineup for the blood tests?" And this guy's like, "Yeah, we've been all waiting. Just go to the line and you can wait." And she's like, No, I know the manager of this place." And he's like, "Okay, I don't care. You still need to go to the back of the line." And she's like, No, you don't understand. I know Richard. Richard is the manager." And she, like, strolls in, like, disobeying the social distancing because you're supposed to be 6 feet apart. And she's going in to the nurse, and she, like, budges through everyone, like, even the people that was talking to the nurse. She, like, goes in, and the nurses are like, "Excuse me, you have to go to the back of the line." And she's like, No, honey, I know your manager, Richard. You know, Richard, I know who Richard is. Ooh, sharpness 4. Look at this chat. Look at this temple. This temple's been amazing. I don't need this. Or wood. I'll come back for the flowers too, I guess. Yeah, she's like, "Lady, excuse me, miss, but no one named Richard is here. Like, the lab, we only have female staff here. No one is named Richard here." And the lady's like, she ain't having none of it. She's like, No, honey. Richard, your manager who works here, I know him. I know who he is. And the nurse is like, "Ma'am, the only Richard I know is my father, and he's dead." And this lady looked so embarrassed. She was just like, Oh, I think I'm in the, she's like, she starts backing up. She's like, she's realized she has made her mistake. Oh, there's another saddle. She has realized she has made her mistake, and she is like, actually, I think I'm in the wrong side of the hospital. I was actually looking for the emergency room. Do you know where the emergency room is? She's like, ma'am, it's in the bottom floor. You would have passed it on your way here. And she's like, oh no, it's okay. I know where I'm going. And she like hightails at her. She like goes out the door and she goes away, okay? She like doesn't come back. It was kind of funny. But then like after this lady leaves, I get called in. I get called in for my appointment. Where did I put my wood? I get called in for my appointment to do my stuff and get it tested. So I let the nurses know that like I faint, I pass out when I get like shots or stuff. I pass out when I get like anything done to my body, and I'm like telling the nurses like, hey, I pass out, like I faint, so I need a bed. And they're like, oh, it's okay, sweetie, you'll just be fine. A lot of people get nervous. And I was like, oh, I know, but like I've had like lots of blood work done and I know my body, and I faint when I get shots, okay? Like I'll pass out. And she's like, no, honey, it's okay, like you'll be fine. And I was like, well, I was pretty tired. It's 8:30 a.m. now, and I'm like, I just want to get this done with. So I sit down in a chair and I get my arm out, and I'm like, well, I know I'm gonna faint. So I put my head back on the chair, and what do you know? I pass out. And the nurse is like, oh my god, oh my goodness, I didn't know you pass out. And I was like, I know like everyone's like has like a bad time during COVID right now, and like you shouldn't treat doctors bad, but like I kind of told her that I pass out, and she didn't do nothing. She just like did not believe me, and then I fainted, and then she was just like, I didn't know you faint. And I was like, well, what do I say to that? Like, well, I kind of told you, fainted, lady. And she's like, well, what, are you okay? And I was like, well, no, I fainted. I'm gonna need like a glass of water or something because I'm dizzy and I can't walk. Like, you could, like, the last time I fainted, they had like the blood pressure thing on me. Oh, I'm home. I know where I am. And like, it said like my BP dropped to like 70/40. This nurse was like, no, you look fine. Like, you probably stand. I'm pretty sure she was new, or she was like in training or something. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she was either one of those two. But she was just like, it's okay, you can probably go now. And I was like, no, I'm gonna sit here for a little bit longer because I don't want to like pass out and then hit my head. And she was like really adamant about me getting up, but I didn't get up, so I'm fine. That was my like, it was, no, my stairs! Ooh, that was lag. Yeah, anyways, like, that was, like, my weird start. It was a crazy night. It was, like, 4 days ago that this happened. Like, two people who just, like, I'm like, how, in my head, I'm like, how did you not know that there is a line? Like, there is clearly a line of, like, 20 plus people sitting out here lining up to go to get their lab work or whatever tests they need done. Like, how did you just, like, not recognize that there's, like, a line of, like, 20 people going out the door? I don't understand. And then, like, the nurse who treated me, I also don't understand. Like, a patient tells you, the patient knows their body because most of the time they live with it most of their life, unless they, like, can't move or something. And they tell you, oh, I have, like, these problems, like, I can't do this. And they're just like, nah, you're good. And then, like, I faint, and they're like, oh my goodness, I didn't know you faint. And I was like, the amount of times this has happened, I've been like, excuse me, how do you not know? I just told you. I wrote it down. It's like on my medical sheet too. It's like faints when get shots. I don't know. You know, some people in the medical, like the doctor industry is kind of dumb. They're kind of dumb, a little bit. Anyways, that was after all my stories. That was pretty cool. Look at all the stuff I got. That was like pretty pog. Look at that.